Lewis Hamilton demands Mercedes improvements ahead of Chinese Grand Prix. Mercedes were much slower than their Ferrari rivals in Bahrain a fortnight ago. Hamilton was only able to finish fourth at the 2018 Chinese Grand Prix, losing out to Red Bull's Daniel Ricciardo. However, Hamilton is the record holder in Shanghai, having won 5 races on the Asian circuit. And he is hoping to extend that lead to 6 when the lights go out on Sunday. "This in the past has been a good hunting ground for me," Hamilton said. "Hopefully we will get the car in the right place this weekend and have a better weekend than I had last time here." Hamilton conducted his pre-race interview with Sky Sports while donning a special red cap in celebration of F1's 1000th race. Red is a special color in Chinese culture but is also the paint of his biggest rivals. "It is quite a small amount of red compared to on those 2 Ferraris," Hamilton said of his headwear. "But I have got a good backing here from Team LH China, so I am less reliant on the red and more on just hard work and diligence as a team." Meanwhile, Hamilton's Mercedes teammate Valtteri Bottas is looking to extend his 1-point gap at the top of the Drivers' Championship. But he admitted his team have been lucky so far this campaign. "Things have gone perfectly for us on Sundays. We have been able to pick up 2 1-2s, even though we didn't have the quicker car in Bahrain," the Finn said. "It's a start of the season we've aimed for and we know is not going to be like this for the whole year. It is going to be a competitive year, as we saw last year, and now maybe even more. We know there is going to be races that we can't get the full amount of points. That's most likely the case, but we just try to minimize those weekends. So far we have been successful and we need to stick together as a team. If we keep minimizing the mistakes and do our jobs perfectly, then getting the maximum points becomes really important." Next news. F1 news. Charles Leclerc tells Ferrari chief to answer questions. Sebastian Vettel will hate. Leclerc has outperformed his Ferrari teammate in the opening 2 races of the season. The 20-year-old would have won the Bahrain Grand Prix last time out had it not been for a late power failure. However, during pre-season Leclerc admitted he was going to play second fiddle to Vettel this year. But after an impressive start to the campaign, he was asked if he could become the team's main focus. "As I said, we are only at the 2nd race, but anyway this question is more to be asked to Mattia Binotto," Leclerc told Sky Sports. "I am not making the decision on that. The transition was quite natural and the team has welcomed me very well. To be honest, I also knew it from before. I get on with all the mechanics and I knew them from the past. Everything went well from the beginning." Vettel was also quizzed on the pressure coming from his own teammate. And the 4-time world champion admitted he must improve to remain in the championship hunt. "He has proven many times before why he deserves this place," Vettel said. "To work with he is pretty straightforward, but I don't know what you guys quite imagine on the other side. I have never come across a driver that is a pain in the ass and I hope I never will. I said prior to the season it is going to be a different challenge and a different person. I've always shown respect when other people did well and he did in Bahrain. I wasn't happy with my performance and not happy with the feeling for the car. That's why I know I can do better and we have lots of races to show and prove that. But at least when I'm not at the top of it, it is good that he is." Next news, Netflix released Drive to Survive earlier this year, a 10-part season showing the ins and outs of Formula 1. However, Mercedes and Ferrari refused to take part in the serialization, and has revealed he was approached by the streaming service before they made a deal with F1. "I had an opportunity with them a long time ago, before that all came out, and it was an individual thing. "I didn't end up doing it," said Hamilton. "And the team, Mercedes, were going to do something and then that didn't end up happening, then Formula One ended up doing something." Hamilton has not watched the Drive to Survive Season 1, which focuses on the 2018 campaign. Each episode makes one driver or team their central figure to give fans a deeper understanding of motorsport's premier competition. "I've heard mixed reviews," Hamilton added. "Majority of them have been more positive. I can imagine it's been good for the sport for people that don't understand it and think why you would watch a Formula One Grand Prix, see it on Netflix. I think it's been good. I hope they keep pushing it, even though I've not seen it, and I look forward to Series 2 and all the things continuing on." Meanwhile, McLaren driver Carlos Sainz was delighted with how the F1 series turned out. "Nowadays drivers, we need to be very careful with what we say on TV," Sainz told motorsport.com. "There is so much money, and so many sponsors involved, that you have to be so careful with what you say, what comments you make. I guess Netflix was a good way to just show yourself a bit in front of cameras, but out of that environment, and show yourself how you're in reality. If people like it, perfect. If not, tough luck. But that's who I am, you know." Next news: Hamilton, rules make it very hard to close engine gap. Formula One's restrictions on power unit use will make it hard for Mercedes to reduce Ferrari's straight-line speed advantage, says Lewis Hamilton. Ferrari had the highest top speed in qualifying at the Bahrain Grand Prix. As drivers can only use 3 complete power units per season without penalty, Hamilton said it could be hard for Mercedes to gain on their rivals. "On the engine side of things, it's very hard to make big gains without taking risks," he said. "Especially with the regulations that we have these days with the amount of engines and turbos. Those steps are harder to come by. It's probably a combination of a couple of things." But closing that gap in the straight speed is not something that you'll see close up particularly quickly. Hamilton doubts Mercedes will be significantly closer to Ferrari in China. "I don't know whether we will make many improvements here," he said. "We've not brought particularly any upgrades or anything like that, so you're not going to see a big difference." Coming into this weekend, it should be quite similar to the previous weekend, but conditions are different, temperatures are different here. The track demands something different from the car. "I have no idea how we're going to perform here, but hopefully it's closer." Hamilton won in Bahrain after Charles Leclerc suffered a fault on his Ferrari while he was leading. But he says he doesn't want to have to rely on superior reliability to beat Ferrari. "Obviously we didn't expect the performance we had at the first race, we didn't expect to see what we saw in the second race, and so still it's only the third race. It feels like it's been a long time already, but it's difficult to know. Ferrari might come here with an upgrade and be even quicker than they were. We've got that long straight down the back which might serve them really well here. I'm not really sure. I hope that we don't have to rely on reliability, and I hope that we have a much closer race. I think qualifying was okay in the last race, but the race was a big delta, and I hope this weekend it's closer between us, because this is a great track to have a real race, so the closer it is the better." Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to share and subscribe to your channel to get the latest sports news around the world. Wished health and success. Goodbye.